What's up guys, back for another video. I thought we'd do a quick recap today of some of the projects that I'm in. Some of you guys have been reaching out that haven't been online or watching any of the YouTube content, and you're asking about such and such miner, like, hey, where'd dollar beans go? Like, that died 2 weeks ago. So I will say, if you're gonna get into some of these shorter term plays, these are things you really need to be checking on probably once a day. Check the contract balance, make sure you are following the rules of the protocol so you can maximize your gains. Obviously, you put money into these protocols and it is not set it and forget it for most of these, specifically the miners. In some things, like, you can get in and just hydrate and drip, and you don't really have to think of anything else because you know it's gonna be there tomorrow when you come back. Not the case with miners, and that's what you guys need to realize. Miners do not last forever, so you got to be on top of it. I want to cover it because some people are saying, hey, I wish you would do more updates on that. I've been trying to make sure that I hit it at least once a week, but here we go. So why don't I start with the more degen-y stuff, and then I'll work our way back here. We had a nice pump and drip and stuff, so let's come back to that here in a second. First up, let's talk stable beans. Stable beans, contract balance is just slowly growing, so it's nice to see the TVL grow. Again, this is an 8% daily protocol. If you want to get into this one, a couple things. I do have a tutorial video that explains everything about the protocol, piece by piece, on how to get it set up. So I would go to that in particular video if you're looking to get set up and you need more information. It's relatively easy to get into. The other thing is, if you're gonna get into this, frankly, not financial advice, but if it were me, I would want to get into it this week. Like I said a minute ago, miners just don't last forever. So the sooner you get in, the higher likelihood you have to ROI and make some decent profits. So if this is something you've been considering, I would definitely get in this week, just to give yourself a little extra edge. And you got to start this whole process of compounding 10 times over 5 days to be able to get your maximum bonus. So far so good. Like I said, the TVL has been growing. Here's the dashboard here. This is where you need to come and approve whatever dollars you put in. So if you're gonna put in 50 or 500, whatever, you put that in here, you approve the BUSD, and then you would put the same amount in here to actually hire your farmers or make your deposit. Once you do, it goes over here and then starts on this countdown timer. Every 12 hours, you're able to compound. And as you compound each time, you'll actually get a little extra compounding bonus in there. So you'll wanna build that up. After your 10th compound, you can claim and start to take profits and take some ROI back. So if you're interested in getting into this one, like I said, I do it soon just to protect yourself a little bit. So far, I'm really liking it, and I'm actually really liking the team. The protocol's cool in and of itself, but they're building out a whole ecosystem. They got a token. They sold out of like $50,000 in NFTs. And they got a few other things going on. So it seems like they have a pretty strong community and everything's looking good for it so far. So as always, links in the description. If you want to use my referral, you don't have to, but so far Stable Beans is looking solid. Next up, let's go over to AITC. AITC, let me give a little refresh here. I am at 216. So same thing. It's a new version of a dollar beans fork or a baked beans fork, in that my current tax rate goes down 10% every day. I'm now between the hours of 216 and 240, meaning I have zero tax. I'm gonna wait until the very end of the night, and then I'm gonna claim so I can maximize this, and I'll get, you know, close to maybe $90 in profits. Now I put 800 into this protocol originally, so that's going to get me more than 10% to ROI, so that's nice. And I'm just going to keep going on this one, see how long it can last, get myself to ROI. So far so good there. Mischief of Fortune, still rock solid. Of course, really great protocol, really great team, and the community's rallying behind when they claim redepositing to elongate the length of the contract, how long this contract can be around. So every 15 days, you're able to take a claim. I've still obviously got 9 more days until I can take my next one. Then I'm gonna stuff another 50 or so back in here. My plan is to just keep growing this thing. So super solid. It also helps the drip network, which makes me happy. Before I go too much further, I forgot, I think Cairo's back. So that one kind of came out of left field, but they basically got a new maximizer and everything. I've been looking into it. I just need like another day of research, and I'll make a video on that. So if you were in Cairo originally, or it's something you're interested in now, I'll do a little refresh and just see what they did, see what they came up with to bring the protocol back and make it more sustainable. But I want to say the token price is like 43 cents. So that's really not too bad considering they went through that whole hack, had to migrate over to a different platform and then rebuild the protocol from the ground up. Let's jump over to Furio next. Let's see, why am I getting this error? With Furio, I have just one more compound to reach a max wallet. I'm almost at 27,777. So I could compound this right now and have this wallet fully maxed out. So that's pretty cool. All I'm really doing right now is claiming to the Furio pool. I claim every single claim directly to the Furio pool to provide liquidity, and then I get paid out in USDC every day. So that's all I do. And if you're in a position to where you feel like it's time to start claiming, maybe you've got 5, 10, 15,000 tokens, I would highly recommend claiming it to Furio pool to provide the liquidity for the system and kind of prop up the price. But then also it just pays you out in USDC every day. And the current, if you can see it here, the current 14-day average is 387. So it's dropping down a little bit, but it's still paying out reasonably well. So again, my Furio plan for this wallet is just to claim every single day directly to the Furio pool. I'm not going to touch any of the funds that are over here in my stake, and I'm just going to take what's available in USDC out every day. So we'll see what that is. Right now, it's been roughly 10 bucks. It's been going down a little bit, so it's been about 10 bucks a day, which isn't a ton. But obviously, I've got a lot more to claim. So if I stuff that all in here, I'm not sure what I could be making, 80, 100, 120 bucks a day. So we'll see. And that's pretty solid money. On my other wallet, like I've told you guys, I just set that thing up on an auto compounder, and I set it up for 20 days at a time or so. So I think I've still got 10 days left, and I just get in there every time it expires and re-up for the new one. I'm just playing the long-term game with that one. If I end up wasting a bunch of gas fees in the 500 or so bucks that I originally put into it, then that sucks. But if it ends up working out for me, then that's great. So that's my strategy there. Next, why don't we jump over to Wolf Capital, one I got into yesterday. This one's looking awesome right now. So Wolf Capital seems like it's a really strong community. I personally really like the dev, so that makes me feel more confident. Like I said, he's done some good projects in the past. Really trustworthy. The community really likes him, so obviously that's helpful. One of the biggest metrics for success in the DeFi space is just community support. No matter how good the project is, if you lose community support, it'll crash. And even if you have sort of a trash project, but you have a ton of good community support, then the project can last. So anyway, this one is a good project so far. We got 36 people on the team, which leaves us in the, puts us in the top 3 of team building. So here we are, Team STI. So if you come in here, join Team STI, we're gonna keep growing it and keep increasing our daily percentage, but it's looking solid. I'll figure out a way to do some contests and stuff on this one. The nice thing is you get your original money back out of this one. So your stake expires in 60 days. So I've got 57 days left, and I can take my original stake out. I've also got another one here. So each time you make a deposit, it's going to give you a new stake. So that's looking awesome. If we get an influx of team members over the next week, there's a chance that we will win the lottery. The lotteries are pretty nice. This one here ends in 23 hours, as you can see. Prize pool is 26.67, total prize of 800 that you take home. And the winning deposit, obviously, is the DeFi Snipers Will Pack. They all jumped in pretty much at one time right out the gate, just as a full community, and their deposit's 151,000. So it's going to be tough to beat that, but over the next couple weeks we could have a real chance at winning that one. So really like them, Wolf Capital. If you're interested, comment down below, or there's links in the description or whatever. But I made a video specifically on this one if it's something that you want to get into. Next up, let's go Ark. Ark is just solid as a rock right now, which is making me super happy. I've just been getting in here and redepositing and claiming and doing my thing. I'm going to do a stream, I think later today, with another popular YouTuber, where we'll kind of crash through this, talk about what we're experiencing with Ark so far, what we like, what we don't like, all those kind of details. And then soon, I promise to kind of do my Ark videos rolled out week by week, kind of in different segments, because it can be a little complex when you look at it at first. So you got to break it down into different videos, so they're bite size. They're not more than 10 or 15 minutes long. Make an hour-long tutorial, it's just you lose people, right? So more on this later, but I mean, we're building the team. We got the syndicate that we're building up. I will say that Ark does something cool. Once you hit like a certain amount of team members, Ark will give $1,000 to your team. So you guys let me know how you want to orchestrate that. But basically, if they give us the $1,000, we can throw it out there in airdrops, and that could be distributed amongst every team member equally. I think it'd be probably more beneficial for people if we did like a tiered prize. The full 1,000 could go to one person. Every time I do a poll, you guys want to split it up, so we could do like a first place 500, second place 300, third place 200, something like that. But when the team gets built up to that level, they're going to drop us some cash, and I'm going to distribute it out amongst you guys. So we'll do a contest, maybe biggest deposit or whatever, You guys let me know what you're thinking on this one, but I think Ark's going to end up being big. They do have a lot of community support, and the team's just all over it. I mean, they've crafted a pretty solid team to help push this thing forward and keep developments rolling and everything. So for now, so far, so good. Next up, let's hit Drip. Drip is just on a meteoric rise right now. Look at this, up to 56 cents, which is just crazy. It's really, really nice to see that because at least right here, this balance is finally back to more than I put in. So that makes me feel confident that I'll ROI and make some profits. But nice little juice there from the community. It's good to see that. I'm hoping that we can hold on to some of this momentum, keep it building. Like I've said in the past, when people think about what the price is going to be tomorrow and they're sure it's going to be lower, they're going to sell. When they're not sure and they think maybe it could be higher, they're not going to sell. And I think that's what we're seeing right now. People are like, oh, it went from 28 cents or whatever it is up to 50 cents and now it's still climbing. People are thinking, man, I should have got in lower. I need to get in now before it goes to $1. So it's just the psychology around it, and right now it's playing out in our favor. I think, man, if we could just drop, drip, drop, draw, release that, get it rolling, that in itself could probably boost us up above $1 because there'll be some excitement around the community. And then the new UI and all that as well, that could certainly help. So I'm praying that we actually get that released next month. History has told us that there will be delays, but I'd love to be wrong on this one. I would love to get that stuff live in March and just have this thing rally back and have people be stoked about the Drip ecosystem again. But the raise in price is a nice temporary consolation prize right now for us. So I'm stoked about it. It's good to see Drip is still alive and well, and it's good to see my balance up above 15K again in this maxed account. And last but not least, let's jump to the animal farm. I have just been slowly accumulating Forex Shark assets. So in the pig pen, I'm now up to 200 pigs. So I'm in the 200 pig club, and I've just been chipping away at this a little bit every day. I'll buy a couple here. I'll wait a little bit. I'll let my BUSD balance build up, and then I'll buy some more. I am also doing the exact same thing over in the dog pound right now. So as I pull gains, whether it's in Drip or my USDC from Furio or whatever it is, I've pretty much just been DCAing into these long-term plays. And as you can see, I'm up over 450 total dogs in the dog pound, 200 in auto compounding, and 250 in the linear pool. So I'm just building this up, still got a position in the garden. My piggy bank just expired, but it's not paying very well. That was probably a loss of an investment for me. But it does give me a few extra dollars in funds, $9 or $10 a day that I can pull out and just put in the pig pen. So that's helping me pad as well. So anyway, guys, those are my updates. I don't think I missed anything, but if I missed anything, I'll hit it on the next video. But I wanted to do that because I have a meeting 1 minute ago, so I got to cut this short, and I'll upload this here in a second. But thank you guys for joining. Thank you for the constant support. We're well over 6,000 subscribers now, and I have you guys to thank for the success of the channel. So I appreciate it, guys. Happy investing.